It's time for the T Beaz Power Hour.
Robot vagina. Nobody can hear you, Ty.
As I sit here and talk to myself for a long time, welcome to T Beaz Power Hour. This is T, that's Beaz. We happen to be here doing the thing. Yeah. You see, I also produce on other channels sometimes, and when I do that, I mute my mic in the Streamlabs, meaning nobody can hear me when I start up and forget that it's been muted. Woohoo! Yeah, so we are usually talking about crazy news out here, and today we will be talking about more crazy news, of course, this time being the dystopian aspects of late-stage capitalism. It'll be wonderful. But before we do that, it has been a while. It feels like forever, Beaz. It's been so long. Thousands of years. What have you been up to since our last show?
Getting ready for all this crazy school shit because all my kids start school tomorrow. So,
school coming back.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, it is a pain in the butt. There's way too much to do, especially when you have kids, to actually get everything ready. Which is ours doesn't start until September 8th. So we have like 1 month left. You have to go earlier than we do, but we're getting there. So yeah, for me, I've just been working on my book a lot. Got a lot of art done actually, and a whole bunch of stuff in preparation for our all Agatha's one shot on Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
which is gonna be a whole heck of a lot of fun, I'm sure.
It's gonna be so good.
So we are going to jump right into our stories for today, so that we can get this thing going, since it's been slow to start. So first things first, we have our story here: harvesting the blood of America's poor. The latest stage of capitalism. Blood has become a big business in the United States, and there is no shortage of corporations ready to exploit America's most vulnerable populations in order to get a piece of the pie. So here goes the story. For much of the world, donating blood is purely an act of solidarity, a civic duty that the healthy perform to aid others in need. The idea of being paid for such an action would be considered bizarre, but in the United States, it's a big business. Indeed, in today's wretched economy, where around 130 million Americans admit an inability to pay for basic needs like food, housing, or healthcare, buying and selling blood is of the few booming industries America has left. So there is a huge amount of individuals out there selling plasma primarily. The growth of it has increased by $28.6 billion recently, and it's pretty nonsensical. Now, we all know that it happens. I mean, plenty of us have probably donated to get the little extra cash you needed to get through some difficult times, maybe. But there is a pretty serious problem that is starting to grow because of the inability to get money. The massive increase in blood plasma sales is a result of an inadequate and in many places non-existent cash safety net. Combined with an unstable labor market, our experience is people need the money. That's the primary reason people show up at plasma centers. Almost half of America is broke, and 58% of the country is living paycheck to paycheck with a savings of less than $1,000 in their account. Man, I wish. 37 million Americans go to bed hungry, including 1/6 of New Yorkers and almost half of Southern Bronx residents. So here's where the late stagest part of it comes in. For one, there is predatory prices on plasma. So you might get $75 for it. That same $75 you put out there is worth thousands in the medical market when they go and resell it. Another one is that unfortunately, people are now using the poor's blood in ways they were not expecting it to be used. A common method of cheating in endurance sports is to inject extra blood into your system before a race, giving you a huge performance boost. But extracting it, of course, has an opposite effect. Now, there is one company called Ambrosia that charges $8,000 per treatment to aging executives, infusing them with the blood of the young, turning these individuals into bloodsuckers in more ways than one. Despite the fact that there's no clinical evidence that the practice has any beneficial effects, business is booming. One committed customer is PayPal co founder Peter Thiel, who is reportedly spending vast sums of money on funding anti aging startups. Thiel claims that we have been conned by the ideology of the inevitability of the death of every individual and believes that his own immortality may be just around the corner. A notion that has deeply concerned academics and commentator alike. So we
Well,
now we got
one,
go ahead.
you know, this is just a terrible, terrible thing that all these people are doing. Also, side note, homeboy, you know, they say black don't crack. So if you want some of my blood, it'll keep you young forever. I got stuff to pay. So what's up?
just
I mean,
just get you
we can
hooked
make a
up.
deal.
Get you hooked up to
I'm
a
telling you.
tap.
Yep, yep. Hey, we can meal plan this shit. I am down.
Once a week, come on by my place. You'll leave quite
Yep.
drained, a little bit tired after the fact.
Uh, Hell with that. Hell, if you're paying for it, I'll go to you. You can call, Uber Blood.
Uber blood, bring it on down. You could be my bloodsucker daddy.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Sucrose
Oh.
Daddy.
Take my blood, live forever.
Yeah. Hey, my
Yeah,
God.
this is where we're at this point in time. We're in a
I'm
position
just,
where go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it doesn't surprise me. I'm just kind of glad that it wasn't what I thought it was when you first read the article, because I was about to say we're getting into some real like vampiric kind of shit right now, and oh God, I don't know if I'm ready for all that,
Yeah,
but
well, that's the next step of
not that.
capitalism is literally draining the people dry. You're already taking their minds, you're already taking their bodies and all their wallets and all their future and their potential. The very next thing is to just literally drain them until they're dry husks with no real resemblance to anything, even personality. Get rid of that too. Get rid of everything.
That's true and all, but I'm telling you, Bob from accounting come at me, or some kind of CEO comes at me trying to suck some blood. I'm gonna give him a two-piece combo, just ready to go.
You just have like big suit executive walking towards you, gets out the
Yeah,
syringes, and you're like, just bend over. All
let's
right.
go mirror. Nope.
Okay, moving right along to something else, probably just as horrible. Uh,
Probably.
Here we go. I've got a video this time for you out
Oh,
there. They can actually watch that one. So here we go.
this I gotta see.
Here it starts. Hopefully, everybody. You don't need to hear it. It's just
Yeah,
commercial, but I think you should be able to.
no, I can't hear it, but that's fine. Okay, so we're worshiping. Okay, worshiping the great sausage in the sky. Got you. Don't play with me.
I'm not playing with you. This is real.
Celebrity sausage?
Celebrity sausage.
Yes!
Salami made from celebrity tissue.
My God.
So,
what a world.
Bite Labs wants to grow meat from celebrity tissue into artisanal salami. The company wants to prompt widespread discussion about bioethics, lab-grown meats, and celebrity culture. That this is just a commentary on our appetite for celebrity gossip, or will there be a real market? According to the individual spoken to, this is real. The company is now gauging market interest. Bite Labs is asking people to tweet their favorite celebrities to be a salami using the hashtag Eat celebrity meat.
Great,
So
great
they're
catchphrase there.
they are able to do in vitro. Here's their discussion on James Franco. It says the Franco salami must be smoky, sexy, and smooth. Franco's meat will pair with lean, strong venison. Sharp telecherry
Mm,
peppercorns and caramelized onions provide Franco's underlying flavors, complemented by a charming hint of lavender. Franco's salami's
mm.
taste will be arrogant, distinctive, and completely undeniable. You can tweet at James Franco now to help make the Franco salami real. So here it is. I've gone ahead and hit that tweet
Wow.
button. James Franco,
Wow.
will you be salami? Yeah, isn't that called cannibalism? We're literally taking
Wow.
cells from a human being and then turning it into food.
I mean, but it's cool, right?
I mean, that is, I think all this is a smokescreen because they don't want us to actually eat the rich. They're going to give us faux rich to eat.
I don't want to eat 4 rich. I don't want to eat 3 rich. I don't want to eat 2 rich. I don't want to eat any of them. The hell with that.
Ruby out there in the
No.
audience says, why would they advertise for someone who they don't have consent from? Good question. I feel like
Cause
the ethics on
America.
this, well, they've done this with a few individuals. They got James Franco. They've already have a Jennifer Lawrence flavored, which is the most popular candidate apparently.
Oh,
They've got, a few different individuals that they have claimed they want to try to turn into these and are just using celebrity like faces to do that. It's pretty disgusting in more than one way.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry because you said you said Jennifer Lawrence, and the first thing I thought of was Katniss Evermeat.
Katniss Evermeat. There's your flavor of salami for the day. Oh God. Yeah, to force consent,
Oh,
McSherry says, which is just messy and terrible. Yeah, everybody tweet out. Come on, eat celebrity meat. All of you come be meat. And that's like bullying and gross and another level of you are a celebrity, so people are going to push horrible things on you. What the hell?
yeah, yeah,
So I can't get behind this. I do not agree with Bite Labs. I do not want to eat meat made out of people I may or may not know.
yeah. I don't. I definitely don't want to eat meat made out of people I know. So I
Yeah,
definitely will not be eating. And come on, a lot of these celebrities, mm-mm, mm-mm, they all look nasty. So I'm not gonna be eating meat from them.
I'm
No.
sure James Franco tastes gamey and a lot like pot.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh
All
my
right. Well,
god.
we'll move on from that horrible dystopian Soylent Green story onto something else. NASA warns alien life may not be fuckable.
Now I call bullshit.
So, following a recent uptick in UFO interest, of course, the United States government, other ones around the country, have indicated yes, UFOs are real. Yes, we don't know what they are. Yes, we can't tell if it's actually extraterrestrial or not, but there are anomalies out there we can't explain. NASA's interstellar sexual health spokesperson. Why do they have one of those? Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. You want to figure out people are going to birds and the bees in space, and you got to make sure you have the science of that down. Clarice Crevolt decried the golden age of sci-fi in the 60s and 70s for creating unrealistic templates for attractive aliens. Horny writers were paid by the word to appeal to teenagers, set a standard that lingers to this day, Clarice explained. Do not expect aliens to be ageless, nymphic figures that are fascinated by our naive ways, or use statuesque, stoic warriors who somehow find nebbish heroes charming. Ms. Crevolt sternly condemned the popular assumption that aliens would be attractive humanoids with quirky secondary traits. What would be the evolutionary advantage for having cat-like eyes or tentacle hair? Seriously? NASA released an accompanying document to inform citizens who await close encounters of the carnal kind of the wide variety of unappealing phenotypes that could exist in the universe. It is entirely possible that the first contact takes place with insectoid creatures who lay thousands of glittering eggs. A self reproducing slime would also have no use for our rudimentary genitals. If the aliens are a gaseous sprite that communicates telepathically, where would you even. How? I'm sure Rule 34 has you on all of these things, though. So, NASA later clarified that this announcement is the first step to preparing humanity for intergalactic relations. There's a pervasive idea that our repulsive meat based species, full of blood and pus and other fluids, can somehow put on a Starfleet uniform and charm one that has gotten its shit together and explored the stars. We don't want to hear your baser instincts here and embarrassing. We don't want your baser instincts to embarrass us in front of the intergalactic community. My brain just shut down for a second. For now, faced with the dark expanse of an empty sky, humanity can only dream.
Wow. Um One, don't yuck my yum. All right. Two, um, yeah, I mean, why can't I get paid to do these surveys? Like, somebody is literally getting paid ridiculous amounts of money to go, yeah, I don't think you can bang aliens.
That's
Like,
study. There's people that gets paid thousands and thousands of dollars
yeah,
just to research some of the stupidest stuff possible.
like, where is I want to fight the guidance counselor from high school because they should have told me this. They should have been like, hey, play your cards right, and you might be able to tell people that they can't bang aliens.
Yeah, Ruby, why did they need to make a press release stating in this hypothetical situation, please don't immediately try to fuck them?
I mean,
We're
to be
humans.
fair, Ruby, to
Look at
be fair,
humanity.
Ruby, to be fair, Ruby, come on,
I mean,
come on.
everybody here is gonna deal with a situation, I'm sure, at some point in the future if aliens show up, where someone is like, how are we gonna work this out? We need to try it for science. They'll be paying people to try this. You know that.
Yeah. There's little, yeah, because America. Exactly.
Because
For no
America.
other country other than America. That is why that needs to be there. That is
Right.
why that press release needed to be made.
So moving right along from NASA telling us not to be horny to the next story. Creepy human-like skin makes your phone ticklish and pinchable. And here
I'm out.
we have an image for that. There you go,
I'm
everybody.
out already.
Already out.
I'm already out. Nope.
Forget
There's
protective
no.
covers.
Oh.
There are now skin-like phone
Oh.
cases that respond to being pinched and tickled. Mark
Nope.
Teisser at Telecom Paris in France and his colleagues have devised an artificial skin for
Mm-mm.
interactive devices that responds to touch. The skin is able to detect a variety of gestures, including sliding, stretching, and rotation. I wanted to pinch my phone, says Tessier as the reason for designing the
Probably
skin.
what he sounds like too.
The skin also responds to different gestures that mimic human emotional communication. What? The artificial skin is programmed to associate different gestures with certain emotions. Sudden hard pressure on the skin is associated with anger, and tapping is a means of seeking attention, while sustained contact and stroking are assisted with providing comfort.
Mm.
The team developed two prototypes, one with creepily realistic textured layer that resembles human skin, and another with a more uniform surface. It's made of multiple layers, has sensors inside of there that are difficult to deal with. Yeah, the next step is to make the skin more realistic, including with embedded hair and temperature features.
Uh.
This same person had designed a robotic finger which enables smartphones to crawl across the table.
Nope, nope. Whoever that person is needs to be shot immediately. They are not human. They are working for the robot uprising and all sorts of stuff like that. But also, no. I mean, next thing you know, hi guys, you tired of your old iPhone? Well, with the new iPhone 30, it comes with its own flashlight.
Right? This one will love you as much as you love it
Yeah.
back.
Uh,
When do the I mean that could really quickly border into some strange, never mind, this is probably all kink related,
yeah.
so we're just gonna skip right past it again.
Yeah. You know what? No, 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 no,
You don't
no,
want your
no,
skin to
no.
your skin covered phone to like shiver in anticipation to you making a phone call or holding it while you're searching Reddit or something.
Oh.
Oh, gross. Okay, moving right along. Let's get that out of here.
Mm-mm.
The Space Force says we have to try human augmentation. It's a little more tame, of course. The chief
Okay.
scientist for the
For now.
U.S. Space Force, yes, says technological augmentation won't be optional in the future, and the U.S. will need to invest in it and keep pace with countries like Russia and China. So they're anticipating augmenting humans with artificial intelligence. They are going to force brain chips, everybody, to augment capabilities, cognitive process. That's where they believe that this is going. Today we're on the brink of a new age, the age of human augmentation. It's imperative that we embrace this new age, lest we fall behind our strategic competitors. So yeah,
Man,
that's a
I'm
little.
cool falling behind because no.
You don't want to live in Cyberrun or
No,
cyberpunk universe, you know,
no,
Shadowrun, cyberpunk.
no, government can't even keep like these businesses and all these groups can't even keep regular phones working. So you gonna tell me that it's cool to jack into my brain and I'm supposed to trust that you're gonna have everything working just fine? That's
Mm-hmm.
what you're telling me.
Uh, you could control your skin-covered phone with your brain, though,
There you go.
Bees.
Now you've sold me. You've sold me now.
You could also use that brain augmentation to do a whole host of things. There's a company that Elon Musk is currently running, of course, because of
Oh
course
well,
he
I
is,
mean, there we go.
that has put an implanted AI chip inside the head of a chimp. This is some of the same technology that allows it to play video games with other chimp friends. That they believe can be used to reprogram memory, to reprogram activity, to teach things to talk. You could do the whole, jack into your brain from the Matrix and get download a whole bunch of information all at once. But the
To have a whole bunch of people jack into your brain and make you seize out and die randomly as a
Yeah,
joke on YouTube.
there's been a whole host, like
Yeah, no.
Temporal Mechanic in the audience says, if scientists never watched any science fiction. I mean, there have been a whole host of horror stories based around the same concepts in these things that we follow, but we try to get them to be achieved anyway because it's progress and progress must happen, I guess. I don't
No,
know.
it's because people are stupid and they want to be stupid.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, maybe they want to be smart, though. That's the thing. So here's a strange. Never mind. We'll get onto that later. There's another story in,
mm-mm.
in the future here. So we're gonna go on to our next one. So here we go. BlackRock and other investment firms killing the dream of home ownership. So, New York City risk and investment management titan BlackRock is among several high powered firms pushing working families out of the housing market and into rentals before depriving them of capital and the opportunity to build credit and equity. According to a Wall Street Journal report, BlackRock, led by billionaire Lawrence Fink, is purchasing entire neighborhoods and converting single family homes into rentals, while in cities like Houston, investors like Fink account for one quarter of the home purchasers. So, Chronicles journalist and associate editor Pedro Gonzalez said that BlackRock's actions are leading 40% of American renters to believe they will never be able to purchase a home. The impetus for firms to mass purchase housing is to underwrite pensions and pad their books by spiking housing prices. So our mega millionaires and our billionaire corporations are going in behind, and this is a big thing right now. A lot of houses have started to become foreclosed on, or are having some condemned situations, or having a lot of issues in a lot of
hmm
poorer neighborhoods because of things like COVID, because of the constant market crashing. So what these
Yeah.
groups do is they come in and they way overbid for all of the housing in the area where nobody else can match it. They buy it all up and they turn everything into rentals from there on out.
hmm Yeah.
So, yeah, welcome to another future where corporations own even your ability to live inside of a building.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, why let somebody buy a house and, just have something of their own when they can just have you constantly churn out rent every month? And then, if everything's controlled by rent, then they can just jack up the price and be like, what you gonna do? Move into another one of our buildings?
Nope. As soon as they run
So,
you completely dry, you will be forced into some sort of service in order to actually
yep.
pay off these debt, which just brings you right back to like feudal lords and freaking serfs and
Yeah,
slaves
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that stuff. We're all moving in that direction over the course of the next 50 years if we live that long,
Yeah,
based on the fact
exactly
that
that.
everything else is falling apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
all just a cursed existence.
it is. We live in a very difficult transitory time between humanity knowing a lot of things and humanity being completely destroyed by itself. So we could just get to watch the fall of civilization happen from the coziness of our houses and behind our tiny little screens.
Now, on the bright side, I will be providing popcorn for this.
You got popcorn?
So,
Well, then we're good.
yeah.
We can watch the
Yeah.
fall of mankind as long as you
There
got
we go.
popcorn. We're good.
Long I definitely I can guarantee you I'll have popcorn for the fall of civilization. So,
Well, that's a good thing to have. I
it's
mean,
like that's all I needed to know.
that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to have. But yeah, this group BlackRock is crazy. There's a shadowy cabal of, Fortune
Ooh.
500 investment agencies that are taking everything and purchasing it in a way that doesn't hit that whole monopoly thing. And then we've even got the Biden has spoken with corporate heads in an interest for the United States to monitor people's credit to make sure that they aren't particular like heading towards radicalization, watching all their activity online and all those things. Why is our
Oh,
president
okay.
asking companies to do that for him? I mean, that's already a problem. Anyway, we'll just keep moving.
You know, America. That's why.
That can't be the answer to every question, Bees. Come on
That is
now.
literally the answer to every question. Cause America.
Cause America is the only thing.
That is my answer to all these questions.
This saddens me greatly, honestly. All right, we'll move on to the next one then. The anti-meat pill, human engineered to combat climate change. A forthcoming paper explores the biomedical modifications of humans in order to stop us from consuming red meat. This would have a mitigating effect on climate change. So there's a few parts to this, but how do you want to react from the title there?
Well, this presents a really big problem. You know, now you're telling me there's an anti-meat pill. Is this supposed to counteract me shoving James Franco's meat in my mouth?
No, because this is an engineered medication. So there's already a condition that causes you to become allergic to certain types of meat when you are bitten by a tick, I believe, on the East Coast.
Okay.
They have something in their some antigen or something like that that causes humans to have a violent allergic reaction to meat when you eat it. You become
Oof,
incredibly vomitous.
you might as well
Um,
kill me.
so all they need to do is engineer that into a medication and give it to people, literally making them allergic to meat. And then people wouldn't be eating it. But then you could also edit in that it's okay to eat bioengineered meat. You could find some way to do that. So then all we can eat is Soylent Green, and we literally can't
There we
eat
go.
it. It's like
Ta-da!
either eat it or starve. And what would you do if society suddenly became you have to eat this meat or starve because your body won't accept anything else?
Mm, mm. Today's just full of happiness and sunshine.
Hey, it is. I told you this is going to be the fall of capitalism, end of society,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever
you're not
episode.
wrong. You're not wrong at all.
So here's the story. Bioethicist Matthew Lau has created a stir recently with a forthcoming paper that explores the biomedical modification of humans in order to stop us from consuming red meat. He is known to big think readers for his dangerous idea that people should be allowed to take memory erasing eternal sunshine pills to cope with traumatizing events. So these would be targeted medications that hit the memory centers of the brain, just basically wiping out stuff. Right now, if they did that, which they could, it would be not targeted. So you would lose who knows what.
Yeah.
In a forthcoming paper to be published in Ethics, Policy, and the Environment, Lau suggests that humans might take pills to bring about mild nausea to rid ourselves of our appetite for red meat. This would have a mitigating effect on climate change, he argues. He refers to studies such as widely cited UN report that estimates 18% of greenhouse emissions come from livestock, which is a higher share than transportation. Another report from 2009 estimates livestock emissions are significantly higher. Yada yada yada. Greenhouse gas emissions from livestock will only grow worse over time unless we do something about it. I mean, that is true. Our population continues to grow unabated, but the real issue is overpopulation, and the way that we do production and the way that we actually harness all these things is not very smart. So, what if meat consumption
Oh,
is reduced? What was that?
no, I was gonna say all I hear is Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yep.
Oh, I
Fight
hear.
for your
Yeah,
food. That's what we're
yeah.
doing. So, pharmacological meat intolerance is only one solution. There are a few other things that they can talk about first off. So we've already discussed that you could be forced never to eat meat again. If they added some, if
Kill me.
they being any kind of conspiracy theory minded group that really wish to modify and change things, if you had this pill ready, you could add it into the water systems worldwide, and just like fluorine or chlorine or fluoride, whatever, you suddenly would just end up having this become part of what you're doing, and then you'd have to also become a cannibal. You'd also have to become a zombie, just like everybody else. Um, so that is gross to me. I don't like the idea of anything that makes it so I can't eat anything else as well. I already can't really have dairy. I already can't have wheat. Please don't take away my meat. I have very little I can eat.
Sweet Jesus, please don't take my
Yeah.
meat.
You take all of that stuff away. What can I have? I think all I'd have is rice and soy. That's basically it. So
I
other
mean,
things that they are talking about doing, engineering humans to be smaller. So, what is your ecological footprint? It depends on how big you are. Lau points out the simple fact that we all need a certain amount of food and minerals to maintain our body mass. Therefore, Lau argues that even a small reduction in the average height of humans could have a significant effect on what we consume. So, halflings, anyone? Do you want to maybe
yeah.
we just engineer our populations to shrink in size to half? That would basically be like having the population without having to kill anyone.
Um, but then I have a question.
What's that?
Should I change my name to medium bees or small bees?
Pint-sized bees.
Then yeah, pint sized bees. There we go. That's my new streamer name.
Well, the thing about
Italian pint sized bees hour.
the thing about this engineering is that it would only be generational, so it wouldn't impact you unless they just literally cut off your legs. Um, it would be your kids'
Fabulous.
kids and their kids, and so on and so forth, until everybody was basically the size of like a toddler.
Nice.
That's yeah. Maybe that's why people
Love
thought
it.
there were giants in the history, because maybe there were giants in history, but they were just regular sized people, and then they shrunk everybody.
I mean, the way humanity's been, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's true. All right. Next one.
Hmm.
Lower
If
birth
anyone
rates.
hasn't guessed, we don't have much faith in humanity
We
here.
don't have any. There's like zero. So here you go. Lower birth rates through cognitive enhancements. If you consider that each child you have will be responsible for 160 times more greenhouse gas emissions, you might also want to consider, as some researchers have suggested, that no family should have more than 2 children. So, you would be creating children that are super intelligent, and that would mean they'd just go, you know what, we shouldn't have kids because it's a dumb idea. Some of us never get that memo, but some of us already know
Yeah.
that, and we do it anyway.
So they're gonna skip the teenage years, is what I hear.
That's what they're gonna do. They're skipping those years that they make poor decisions based on hormones and that entire lack of understanding that they don't know everything. Uh, Next one, pharmacological enhancement of altruism and empathy. That one, I think I might be able to get behind. So, there's a surprising study that found young people today don't care much about the environment and doing even less about it. How can we change that? I don't feel like that's necessarily true. Everybody I know talks about the environment being concerned, but also we're sitting in a period of time when young people shouldn't be the ones making those changes. It should be adults.
Mm,
It should be, grandparents. It should be
well,
boomers
that's
that don't
crazy
believe in
talk,
it.
Ty.
Anyways, one possibility is to drug them with pro-social hormone oxytocin. That
Mm,
points out that is number of human engineering solutions to increase empathy. Isn't oxy already a pandemic? Why do we need more?
does America?
Cause America. Damn it, bees.
I told you. I will stop saying it when it stops being the correct answer.
Solution to human problems. Get everyone high. If everyone's high, we'll no longer have any problems. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I'm not personally saying it. I'm just saying they're saying it.
That's
So,
what they're saying. All right. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on human engineering? What do you think about that? There is risk, there's reward involved. If people have,
yeah,
say, you know,
I mean, you're right. There is risk and there is reward. There are some great things that can happen from it, some benefits and shit like that. But you also have to see who is the one in charge of this
you follow the
because,
money.
yep,
It's true. If
because
we
I can put money on it that it's not just out of the goodness of somebody's heart.
Yeah, if you had a truly altruistic group of individuals that were doing this, maybe I get behind it more. The idea
Hmm.
of being able to edit out, you know, diseases and things like that that are, you know, based on your DNA, hereditary illnesses and things like that would be great if we could edit those out. If we could make it so people were smarter, if they didn't have as many problems mentally, if they didn't have as many problems physically, that's great. But ultimately, we know it all, all comes back to control in one way or another. And that right there is the reason
Hmm.
there's a problem.
Amen.
All right. Next story, everybody. We're moving right along. Opinion article: think twice before changing the tax rules to soak billionaires. So, on the backs of a study recently coming out showing that most billionaires, there are varying years where they never paid any income tax whatsoever because all of their wealth was hoarded up into investments and into a variety of things that the governments of the world don't count as earned income, even though they're making billions of dollars off of it. So on the backs of that article coming out, describing it and talking about what we can do to kind of change this rule, because it is absolutely not fair that a billionaire makes $1 billion without doing anything at all whatsoever off of everybody else's hard work. That maybe, you know. Anyway, so because that happened, a few articles out there with the Washington Post said, you better think twice. So, first, billionaires in space. There's two telling stories about Americans' billionaire class. Billionaires in space, Jeff Bezos, who owns the Washington Post, who put this article out, announced that
Oh,
coming
I mean,
July
there's no connection
20th,
here.
he and his younger brother Mark would be riding along the first crewed rocket launched by his space company Blue Origin. Not to be outdone, reportedly British billionaire Richard Branson may be going suborbital over the July 4th weekend. Second story ran in ProPublica after an anonymous benefactor gifted the outlet a vast trove of IRS data covering more than 15 years. ProPublica analyst indicates that during the time, Jeff Bezos, Mark Bloomberg, Elon Musk, Carl Icahn, and George Soros each had at least 1 year during which they paid zero income taxes. We've always had rich people, of course, but today's rich people seem to be richer than in the past. You're not freaking kidding. There's been never a time in history where the wealth of so few have controlled so much, unless you're talking about just the emperors of the largest, dynasties that ever lived. And even then, they didn't have the same amount of accumulated wealth and power that they do now. You couldn't travel all over the world and own people in other countries. Like, Genghis Khan would have to actually travel around with his soldiers to do that. He couldn't just like walk to America and be like, now I own this and everything there. Just anyway. Uh, today's rich people are richer than in the past. We've covered that. So fantastically wealthy that they can afford to stage their own private space race. No wonder people suspect they're not paying enough taxes, and reporters are eager to prove it. So this whole article kind of goes on bootlicking that we shouldn't put taxes on these super rich. It doesn't
Yeah,
really give us
okay.
a reason why, but the final statement is, given a choice between letting billionaires spend fortunes reaching for the stars or destroying those fortunes so that the rest of us don't have to look at them. Personally, I'll take the rockets.
Well, because you're on one right now, so shut up, Jeff.
Yep, right.
Oh my God.
So let's take a quick moment to look at how much it cost for them to travel to space. What's your
This
guess?
is the this is the T Beaz Power Math Hour. If I had to guess how much, I would say, let's see. Let's just say half a billion.
Higher.
Higher? Okay, let's go with 4 billion.
Higher.
Oh my God, let's go 30 billion.
It's not that high. It was 5.5 billion for
See, I was
four
close.
minutes. 4 minutes in space.
Oh my God.
5.5 billion
Oh,
dollars.
we're talking about space. Never mind.
Yeah. So them traveling to space cost $5.5 billion for Jeff Bezos. That is enough money to cure homelessness, to cure starvation worldwide. Also, one
But
rich idiot could be like, I made it to space.
now, to be fair, Ty, it is their fault for being poor because that's a lifestyle they chose.
Yeah, they should have chose to be rich
Yeah.
like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Should have just been born rich like everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I love being poor, so that's why I chose being poor.
Well,
Cause
that was the whole ideology based around the idea that if you were born to wealthy parents, if you were born to the king or the prince, or the queen, or whatever, you are destined to be in that spot. The gods have chosen you. You deserve what you're getting. And all those poor people, for some reason, they don't deserve it. They were bad somehow, and they get to live shitty lives where you treat them like garbage because that's their destiny. And
I mean,
I don't think that
yeah,
mentality has stopped existing.
not at all, not at all. Yeah, I was in the womb, and I was like, well, I'm sorry, before the womb,
Mhm.
I was going to choose a scrotum to be a part of, and I was like, you know what? It screen literally popped up and was like, choose your difficulty, easy, medium, or hard, and I was like, man, I've never played this life game before, so I don't want to go hardcore. Let me just do medium. I don't want to do easy because I want a little bit of a challenge, so that's why I chose medium, and I was born to people who weren't homeless but not rich.
I yeah. There is no such thing as medium anymore. Middle class is gone,
Oh my
bees.
god,
That doesn't
yeah.
exist.
Well,
Uh
when I chose it, that was still an option. Now
there
on
was a
this latest
patch.
update, they got rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a patch that's like the medium difficulty has proven to be unpopular. We are going to
Yeah,
remove this now.
it was unpopular amongst the top 3% of players,
You know,
so
when I was
we're gonna get rid of it.
when I was in the birthing space, choosing my parents, there was a queue that was like 10 billion long to get into easy mode, so I wasn't able to make it in there. So
Mm.
I jumped straight to hardcore because I like my Dark Souls. I know who I am in this
Yeah.
life.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes all the sense.
No, we've lived in a society that has had generational wealth for thousands of years. People who are kings and queens follow their genealogy straight to billionaires. You'll find it. And
Hmm.
it's never changed. And that
Nope.
there's like a whole different mentality surrounding it. There's people that have grown up rich that cannot understand what the average person goes through. The
Oh
let them
no.
eat cake situation. I can go out and just hop in my car and have all this freedom anytime I want. America's great. And it's like, well, not
Yeah.
everybody can do that. Sometimes driving down the road costs gas money that you don't have.
I mean,
So,
again, stop choosing to be poor. That's all I can tell
damn
you.
it. I just make
I
horrible
mean,
decisions in life, bees. All I ever do is work, 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 work.
there we go. That's your problem.
I got to start
I'm just,
innovating.
I'm,
That's what it is.
yeah, I'm giving it a little bit of time just to say I gave it the old college try, and then after that, I'm gonna stop deciding to be poor and just decide to be rich.
Yeah,
So,
we gotta find people that'll make money for us and tell them that we'll give them a portion of that money they're making back to them so they keep making money for us.
sounds like a deal. Let's go.
All right, next story. Elon Musk to launch a satellite that will beam advertisements into space.
Oh my God. Can we pay Elon Musk to fire a satellite up his own ass?
I wish. A
Because
Canadian
please.
technology startup will be partnering with Elon Musk's SpaceX to make space advertisements a thing of the future. Samuel Reed, CEO and co-founder of Geometric Energy Corporation, told the outlet that the company is working to create a satellite called CubeSat. One side of the CubeSat will be used to promote ads, art, and logos. People and companies will be able to pay to place their ads there by buying pixels on the display screen with cryptocurrency. America is changing faster than ever. So the GEC is planning on launching CubeSat into space via one of Musk's SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets, which will release it to orbit in space before the rockets head to the moon. Raid said a selfie stick will be attached to the CubeSat, filming the display screen, allowing people on Earth to watch it on a live stream. The
Oh,
CubeSat
thank
is
God.
predicted to launch in early 2022. They're anticipating a large LED screen designed in such a way so that when you're watching the night sky, you might see an ad float above you. They will also be just recording this for people to watch and see the universe behind this ad space.
So my first thing that comes to mind is a group of you know, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts going out on a camping trip, or just a nice family that's going out on a camping trip. And it's like, Dad, what do they mean by that? And he looks up and it's like a Viagra ad, and he's like, ah, ah.
Right next to it is just, "Do you want to get your rocket to space?" And you see Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be great. And to answer you, Ruby, he could end world hunger, but why?
I mean, advertisements in space, that's more important, right? And
Yeah, I
getting to
mean,
be the first billionaire to put an advertisement in space, who doesn't want that honor? Even if it would save
mm,
hundreds of thousands of lives or even millions of lives and all of the terrifying, horrible things they have to go through.
yeah. I
Mm,
mean, I'm willing to just, I'm willing to let that happen, to let people go hungry so that Jeff Bezos can feel better about himself.
should I stop trying to be funny? Should I give away my money? No. Anyway. Yeah. So I mean, seriously, late stage
Mm,
capitalism, right there. Why do we need more advertising?
yeah,
Everybody skips ads anyways. Nobody's gonna look at the night sky anymore. You're destroying stars for everyone forever, Elon. It's gonna be like,
yep.
oh no, we got another 5 minutes of Cialis. We gotta wait for that to end so that we can look at the nebula. I don't know.
Yeah. Dad, I heard that the moon was going to be full tonight. Hold on. Let this fat burner commercial go, and I swear it'll be there.
And
Hopefully, still.
once it finishes and floats by, we'll see the moon. Don't you worry. All right, final story of the night, everyone. Credit scores may soon be based on your web history.
Well, I'm out.
Is that a
I'm
good
out
thing?
100%. Nope. Nope.
Experts
Nope.
predict
Nope.
that in the not too distant future, your internet habits could affect your credit scores and help lenders determine what they offer you. We will let you in on what we know so far about your online activity could be used. So, lenders could be using data from your
Nah.
browsing, such as purchase history, your digital footprint, yada, yada, yada. This data would be collected and collated the same way that current places like Facebook and things like that do. However, the increasing use of private data for financial services also raises a myriad of consumer protection and privacy issues that require the government to set standards for data collection and use, the working paper says. The researchers say new regulations will be needed to be set by the government so that big tech faces the same data privacy requirements as banks do. Big tech innovations move at such a fast pace. It may take a while for the governments to catch up with the necessary policy. When it comes to regulation, it's a slow moving process. So, yeah, they're going to be watching what you search, where you go, all of that in an effort to continually yoke you.
Mm-mm. Nope. I already quit. Nope. I'm throwing my whole computer away. I'm wiping everything twice. Nope.
What I hear is that Bees, you will never have credit ever again.
I will never have credit. To hell with credit. I don't need it.
There's like when I was looking and researching into dystopian futures and late stage capitalism, I found so many articles. These are just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, I
Unfortunately,
can
I have a
imagine.
feeling this will become a continuing segment here on T&Bs in the future.
Ooh.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure.
but yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody else feel not so great
A
about?
whole bunch of
Well, Bees, anything else you want to discuss before the end of the show tonight?
yes, America.
Merca. Hey, everybody, can we get a big ol' USA, USA
Yeah.
in chat?
Oh my god.
Okay, so what have we learned?
Gee.
We've learned that we're all going to be genetically engineered and we'll only be able to eat celebrity meat in the future.
Yep.
That we're all going to be shrunk down in size and be forced to have Oxycontin until all of us are empathic in the best way possible that they can think of, completely in a drugged
Yep.
up stupor. We have learned that billionaires do not give a rat's ass about the
Mm-mm.
amount of wealth they just burn away to nothing of real value that could have changed or saved the lives of millions of people.
Yeah,
And
and like Ruby says, NASA is filled with naysaying kink shamers.
exactly, NASA's filled
Don't
with
tell me what
naysaying
I
kink
can't have
shamers.
sex with.
You don't know what I'm willing to try.
Oh, but it's a gaseous cloud. How are you gonna do it? How about you let me take care of that? All right.
I'll figure
You
that
can't
out.
have sex with that. Not with that attitude.
Maybe I've got a thing for breathing. You don't know.
Yeah. You ever
Oh.
put your dick in a cloud? What? No.
Oh God. Uh, just imagining someone in a jet airliner on the wing with just split that cloud in half. Woo!
All right, Scott, keep it steady. Keep it steady. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come here, Cloud. Ooh, yeah, you about to get it, Cloud.
Oh. Gaseous clouds. If you
I'm
breathe
done.
them in, would that cause I don't even want to know the complication of actually having a biological gas cloud entity. It's like we breathe. They don't necessarily breathe. So if we accidentally breathe them in, is that murder? Or do you think they just like become part of you?
Or is
Or
that
they just
fusing? Yeah.
yeah, they just sit in there for a while and you breathe out and they're like, oh my God, it stinks in there. Stop putting me in there.
That's why I'm not afraid of like gaseous clouds coming to, like take over the world because, you grab a Hoover and it's over right there.
Gotcha.
What's wrong?
It's got to be one of those
A
ones with like
leaf?
a HEPA filter or something on it,
Yeah. Or it like comes at you and you get one of those leaf blowers and it's like you're gonna kill me.
Also,
It's just
how dare they put on that asexual life forms that split? They're like slime creatures. They already know people are into slime things. Like
yeah. I
that's
mean,
not even a question.
this is obviously by somebody that has not been on the internet before
Yeah, like
because
barely.
the weird stuff you see on the internet would let you know that yes, any life form that comes to Earth, there's gonna be a group of people that are gonna try and bang it. Period.
Yup. Oh God. So this has been the T and B's
Mm-mm-mm.
Power Hour. Both of us are gonna go sulk and be depressed for a while now.
I'm gonna go bang a cloud.
Go
That's what I'm
bang
gonna
a
do.
cloud. You go bang a cloud. You report back next week. Tell us what
Yes.
happened. All right, everybody. So why don't you go ahead and give us your socials there, bees, and we'll go on from there.
Hi, I'm Big Bees. You can find me at Cloudbanger69. Uh, Follow me on Twitter at Big Bees underscore or Twitch at Big underscore Bees. I am here Mondays. Unfortunately, no longer on Fridays. Sadness. But I might be popping up soon in some other stuff. Something dealing with some pocket monsters.
Pocket monsters. Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
just keep an eye on the channel and you'll see anything we got coming up. Other
Absolutely.
than that, hopefully in the next like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be able to spam the internet with my wonderful one shot I did with the One Shot Network. Um, and like make everybody cry. So looking forward to that. Um, and yeah, oh, oh. I
Oh.
don't know when it's going to be posted, but I start recording a new short short D&D series. It's a group of adventurers that have retired from adventuring and after they saved the world and now they are part of a fantasy bowling league and it is called Critical Bowl.
Critical Bowl.
Yes,
That
and
sounds lovely.
it's going to be great. It's gonna be great. So as soon as that starts dropping, I'll let you guys know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I got coming up. Oh, Wednesday. You guys will actually catch me twice on Wednesday. Wednesday during the day and for my normal stream, and then Wednesday at night for Oops All Agathas. That's gonna be
Agathas.
great. Yeah.
As that's going to be a lot of fun. The Great Witchish Bake Off, as these
Yes.
Agathas all attempt to become Supreme Witch by baking goods in a Great British Bake Off style, free for all.
It's it's gonna be so nice.
It's
So nice.
going to be taste-tastic. I saw all the foods made so in advance when you guys prep
Yeah.
those things. All right, everybody, and I am Ty Lot Even Star over on the Twitters and on the Twitch. Lot Even Star art over there. I have not been doing any streaming lately because I've been working my butt off on a whole bunch of different things all at once. but I will be picking up again relatively soon. You can catch us here every single Monday, obviously, for this show at 5 Pacific Standard Time. On Tuesdays, tomorrow, we have Roll Charisma with the wonderful Ruby Hart there in the audience. She's going to be on tomorrow.
Whoa!
Ruby shall be on tomorrow.
Do
And
not miss that.
we're going to be trying a little bit of different things with the format. The two hosts
Mm.
will be doing some crazy stuff in the beginning and then bringing on
Ooh.
Ruby and then having some brilliant and amazing and wonderful times. And then, of course, Thursdays, we have Dreams of Silver and Stone at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And we have Sparrows Fridays at 5:30. That might actually change to 6 at some point here in the future.
Oh.
So that would be nice. Other than that, I think that's it at the moment. But we do have a lot of one-shots coming Wednesday. Again, don't miss Oops All Agatha's at 6 as well, 6 Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, we've got a Monster Hearts game coming up real
Oh, that's
soon,
right.
as
That's
well
right.
as another couple of shows that are going to be launching relatively soon that I don't have to produce. So that's nice.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking it out here with us at the T Beaz Power Hour. We appreciate you, and we shall see you all next time. Goodbye, all.